The power of small daily habits. Every morning, before you even check your phone, before the noise of the day begins, there is a moment. A quiet, small moment. And what you do in that moment, or what you choose not to do, shapes the rest of your day more than you probably realize. Most people think that big changes come from big decisions. A new job. A new city. A dramatic turning point. But the truth is quieter than that. The truth is that your life is mostly built from small things. The coffee you make at the same time every morning. The 5 minutes you spend reading before bed. The glass of water you drink when you first wake up. These are not exciting habits. Nobody is going to make a movie about drinking water at 7 in the morning. But these small, consistent actions are the foundation of everything else. Think about the habit of making your bed. It takes about 2 minutes. Some people consider it pointless. You are just going to sleep in it again tonight, so why bother? But people who make their bed every morning report feeling more organized, more in control, and more productive throughout the day. Not because a tidy bed magically fixes your problems, but because it is a signal. It tells your brain, I am someone who finishes what I start. I take care of my space. I begin the day with intention. That small action sets a tone. And tone matters more than most of us admit. The same logic applies to exercise. A lot of people believe that if they cannot do a full 1-hour workout, there is no point in doing anything at all. So they wait. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect schedule, the perfect motivation. And while they are waiting, nothing happens. But research consistently shows that even 10 minutes of movement, a short walk, some light stretching, a few minutes of breathing deeply, has real, measurable benefits for your mood, your energy, and your focus. 10 minutes. That is less time than most people spend scrolling through their phone before getting out of bed. The habit does not need to be impressive to be effective. Consider the habit of writing. Not writing a novel, not journaling for hours, just writing 3 sentences at the end of the day. What happened today? What did I feel? What do I want to remember? 3 sentences. That is it. People who do this regularly develop a stronger sense of self-awareness. They notice patterns in their emotions. They become better at processing stress. They sleep more peacefully because they have given their thoughts a place to go. The brain does not have to keep circling the same worries all night. They are already written down. They already exist somewhere outside the mind. 3 sentences can do all of that. There is also the habit of reading. Not reading for hours, not finishing a book every week, just 10 pages a day. 10 pages seems almost embarrassingly small. But 10 pages a day is 3,650 pages a year. That is approximately 12 books. 12 books of knowledge, stories, perspectives, and vocabulary that you would not have had if you had waited until you had more time. And the beautiful thing about reading 10 pages a day is that it never feels like a burden. You never dread it. You never feel behind. It is simply something you do, like brushing your teeth, like locking the door when you leave. It becomes part of who you are. This is the real power of small habits. They do not just change what you do. They change how you see yourself. When you drink water every morning, you start to think of yourself as someone who takes care of their health. When you read every night, you start to think of yourself as someone who values learning. When you go to bed at a consistent time, you start to think of yourself as someone who respects their own rest. Identity follows behavior. Not the other way around. You do not become disciplined and then start doing disciplined things. You do disciplined things, small things, daily things, and slowly, quietly, you become a more disciplined person. Of course, habits are not always easy to build. The first few days feel intentional and fresh. The second week feels a little harder. The third week, life gets in the way, a difficult day, a disrupted schedule, a moment of exhaustion, and the habit breaks. This is normal. This happens to everyone. The mistake is believing that a broken habit is a failed habit. It is not. Missing one day does not erase the progress you have made. What matters is what you do the next morning. Do you return? Do you try again? Do you show up, quietly, without drama, and simply continue? That is the skill. Not perfection. Return. There is a concept that some researchers call habit stacking. The idea is simple: you attach a new habit to an existing one. You already make coffee every morning. So you decide that while the coffee brews, you will do 2 minutes of stretching. You already brush your teeth at night. So you decide that after brushing, you will write your 3 sentences. You already sit down for lunch. So you decide that during lunch, you will read 10 pages. You are not adding new activities to an already full day. You are filling the small gaps that already exist. The habits grow from the structure that is already there, like plants growing through the cracks in a sidewalk. Quietly. Persistently. Without asking for permission. And what about learning English? The same principle applies. You do not need to study for 2 hours every night. You do not need a perfect textbook or a formal class. You need consistency. 10 minutes of listening. A few new words. One short text before you sleep. Night after night, week after week, the language settles into your mind in a way that intense, occasional studying never quite achieves. Your brain learns best when it receives information regularly, in a relaxed state, without pressure. That is why you are here, listening right now. This is your habit. This quiet moment, this calm voice, this gentle practice, it is small, but it is real, and it is working. So tonight, before you close your eyes, think of one small habit you could begin tomorrow. Not a resolution. Not a transformation. Just one small thing, done consistently, with patience and without judgment. Make your bed. Drink your water. Write your 3 sentences. Read your 10 pages. Walk for 10 minutes. Listen to English for a little while before you sleep. These things will not change your life overnight. But over time, slowly, steadily, almost invisibly, they will change everything. And one day you will look back and realize that the life you have built was made, not from one great moment, but from thousands of small, quiet ones. Sleep well.